Yeah, I think in the early part of the season, we had a high percentage of games in such a short amount of time. So, did we need the rest? My worry is, are we going to come back and be at the level we were, or are we going to kind of need a little mini pre-season to get back to that point? Hopefully, the mentality of the group and understanding that, we are in a positive position at the moment, that we want to continue that, and that's doing the right things and preparation of the body and the recovery stuff. And a lot of our players should have been doing stuff in their apartments to keep ticking over. And as I said to them today at practice, we'll see in the next couple of days, and when we play our next fixture, whether we did and whether we kept to our standards. So it's a wait and see moment.
Well, Coach Brown, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you for joining us on the Shaw Report. If you want to catch Coach Brown's men's or women's soccer team, just visit shawbears.com. You can look at scheduling, times, do what's best for your schedule. Come support the team. Get to know names like Thiago Suma, Tila Wilke, Eric Hute, and on the women's side, Hannah Perlstrom, Jazza Curry, really fantastic freshman, Tiffy Ann Brown. Those are names that you need to get to know. Go to shawbears.com. Look at the roster. Look at the scheduling. Come support Coach Brown and his two men's and women's soccer teams. Coach Brown, I want to thank you for joining the Shaw Report. Hope to have you on real soon. Great interview by Coach Brown right there. Really good guy. Wish him nothing but the best this season and much success in the seasons moving forward with the Shaw Bears men's and women's soccer program. Both teams are playing really well, as evident in the Shaw Bears scoreboard. So let's get into it. We start with men's soccer, who hadn't been in action since a 2-1 win at Bloomsburg on September the 9th. Coach Brown and the Bears had a tall task last Thursday as they were on the road facing 16th ranked Lander University. The Bears fell behind 2-0 at halftime, never recovered, and they fell by the 7-0 score. They are now 3-2-1 on the season. Next up is a game tomorrow. They will host Coker College at the MAC. For more information, go to shawbears.com. Moving on to the ladies, who hadn't hit the pitch since a 12-0 win over Christendom. They will also be in action tomorrow versus Coker College. Go to shawbears.com for scheduling. Next up, we move to cross country, as interim cross country coach Franz Kwame Smith had both the men's and the women's team in Petersburg, Virginia, to compete in the Trojan Invitational. Sophomore sensation Mike Lagat won the men's individual with a time of 26-21. The team finished fourth overall, and host Virginia State took first place for the men. On the women's side of things, the Lady Bears fared even better as they placed second overall as a team. Individually, junior Katie Ann Went was the top performer for the Lady Bears with a time of 21:58, good for fourth overall. Next up is a date this weekend in Greensboro, North Carolina for the Greensboro Invitational. For more information, go to shawbears.com. Moving on to volleyball, as head coach Christina Coleman and her Lady Bears competed in another CIAA roundup this weekend in Richmond, Virginia. Lincoln, Pennsylvania, Bowie State, and host Virginia Union were the other teams competing in the roundup. Saturday's doubleheader began with a win over Lincoln 3-0. The Bears were in rare form, winning 25-16, 25-8, and 25-12. Michelle Olamida Gonzalez had an amazing 32 assists in the win. Also on Saturday, the Bears took on host Virginia Union, and they were a little bit tougher for the Bears. Shaw took the first set 25-18, but dropped the next set 18-25. Shaw came back to win the third set 25-20, but dropped the fourth set to Virginia Union 25-19. In the fifth and deciding set, Shaw won a thrilling 15-13 set victory, winning 3-2. On Sunday, the Bears finished up with an 11 a.m. matchup versus Bowie State, in which they won 3-0. Next up is a game on the road Tuesday versus Leeds-McRae College. Go to shawbears.com for more information. And that was your Shaw Bears scoreboard. Let's pause for a sponsor break. This portion of the Shaw Report is brought to you by Summit Hospitality. Summit Hospitality is a proud sponsor of Shaw University Athletics. With 6 Marriott-branded hotels in the Raleigh area, Summit Hospitality can manage all of your lodging needs. Make your reservations for your family or a group by calling 919-669-0576 and let them know that Shaw University Athletics sent you. That's Summit Hospitality, 919-669-0576.
You are now listening to The Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
You gotta love Summit Hospitality, man. If you're looking for hotel accommodations in the greater Raleigh area, look no further than Summit Hospitality. They'll take care of you. Tell them Sports by Damian sent you. And now for the CIAA scoreboard. Got a little bit of football action for you in the CIAA this weekend. Bowie State taking on St. Augs. The Bulldogs win this one 32-22. Amir Hall, 354 yards passing, 3 touchdowns for Bowie State. Chowan held off McKendree by the 55-45 score. Reese Metcalf, 306 yards passing with 4 touchdowns in the win for Chowan. Virginia State pounded Johnson C. Smith in Charlotte, 43-13. Cordero Cook passed for 3 touchdowns for the Trojans. The Trojans are the next matchup for Shaw University, so it's going to be a tough game for Coach Jones and the Bears at Virginia State this Saturday. But I digress. Livingstone shut out Lincoln 30-0 in Salisbury. Lastly, Virginia Union on the road at Winston-Salem State. A road win for the Panthers. Tabius Taylor, 138 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns for Virginia Union in the win. Elizabeth City State and Fayetteville State was canceled. Still dealing with the devastating effects of Hurricane Florence in Fayetteville. Our hearts and prayers go out to those affected by Hurricane Florence. And that was our CIAA scoreboard. Well, ladies and gents, that about does it for this week's edition of the Shaw Report. Again, I'd like to thank head coach Matthew Brown of the Shaw University men's and women's soccer programs. Good luck to Coach Brown and both of his squads this season. Also, congratulations to the new head coaches Christina Coleman of women's volleyball and the interim head coach of cross country as well as track and field, Franz Kwame Smith. Remember, listen to this podcast on ShawBears.com. Also on iTunes, search The Shaw Report. Follow me on all social media platforms at Sports by Damian. Follow the Shaw Bears on social media platforms. On Twitter, it's at Shaw Bears. On Instagram, it's at SU_Bears. And on Facebook.com/Shaw Bears. Remember, peoples, never take no for an answer. And if the door is locked, dig a tunnel underneath the building and sneak your way in. This has been The Shaw Report. I am Damian Banks. I got 2 words for you people. I'm gone.
A heap sees, but a few knows. Only a few. So many have come before, but only a few can go. We invite you to our house. That's 109. Just make sure you wipe your feet at the door. 109 Cushman Street, Durham, North Carolina. Make a right on Wedge, then a left on Walton. And in the middle is where you find us. That's guaranteed free. Past the Gucci's, McNair's, and the Colemans. Miss Elaine taking clothes off the line. It's time to fold. Fold them clothes, boy. Pop sitting in his folding chair. Underneath the tree working on a lawnmower. Hand me a flathead, boy. Said your work just getting started, boys. Listen up. It's too early for an encore. Come on. Mama tatted on my arm, sipping on the other one. Really though, liquor store flow like I'm 21. I'm younger than many, but I got the older soul. They say I'm hard to decipher, I'm so Morris code. We just trying to eat with a bowl, but my porridge cold. I know who my daddy is, ain't no more at Popish Show.